Hello everyone, I'm Frank and welcome to Frank Puzzles, and this is today's hard level difficulty puzzle. And it's called Hammerhead by Signe. And here are the rules. We have normal Sudoku rules apply, which means in every cell in the grid, place a single digit such that every row, column, and designated 9-cell region contains the digits 1 through 9 exactly once each. We also have a palindrome line, where digits along the gray line read the same forward and backward. The center of the line is indicated for readability. So this reads the same going this way as it does going that way. So that should tell you some information. We also have a German whisper line, or as I like to call them, whisper 5 lines, and that's basically a setter came up with that name, with that different variation of a name, and I thought it made a lot of sense because it was very extendable. So if I call it a whisper 5 line, know that it's the same thing as a German whisper line. So, for example, if this were, say, where digits along a green line differ by at least 5. So, for example, if I had a 3 here, this would make this an 8 or a 9, because the only digits which are 5 or more away from 3 are 8 and 9. And that's an example of how German whisper/whisper 5 lines work. And finally, we have XV sums, where digits separated by a V sum to 5, and digits separated by an X sum to 10. So, for example, if this were, say, a 3 here, this would have to be 7, because these two digits must add up to 10, because there's an X between them. And if we had a 4 here, this would have to be 1, because these two digits must add up to 5, because there's a V between them. And those are all the rules. If you'd like to play along, there's going to be a link in the description. And now, I'm going to get started. Let's go. Okay, let's start by labeling this line. Supposedly this is the middle, so we'll start from this part, I guess, because it's the closest part that we have. So we have A, this is B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, and I like to do letters on palindrome, long palindrome lines, because that gives us the ability to use all that information instead of having colors, because there's only so many colors you have, right? So F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, and S. Okay. So, one thing we know, A cannot be here and A cannot be here. So A has to be one of these 4 cells in this upper left-hand box. So A is one of these 4. B cannot be here or here, so B is one of these 4. C can't be here or here. D and E. Okay, so there we go. So that's information that we have. So we know B, C, D, and E cannot be any of these cells here. So this must be a B, C, D, E combination. So this is guaranteed to be B, C, D, and E. F, G, and H cannot be any of these. So F, G, and H have to be some combination of these 4 cells, but we don't know. I cannot be here or here, so I is one of these 4. And that's all the information we have along there. I and K cannot be any of these, so I and K can be there. Those 4. This is guaranteed, though, to be B, C, D, and E. Q cannot be here, cannot be here. Can't be O. Can it be L? It could be L. Can't be N. So Q has to be one of these 2 digits here. Q can't be here and cannot be N because it's the same as Q here, and O because it's the same. Sorry, they're in the same row here and the same box row there too, actually. So Q is one of those two, which means Q has to be one of these three. Q cannot be C because, or I. Okay, well, that's good information, which means this, oops. None of these can be Q, so this has to be Q here. So we're guaranteed this is Q and this is Q, and one of these two is Q. Q obviously cannot be here. So D or E could be the same as A. We don't know. R is one of those three. S is one of these three. Q can't be here and can't be here in box 6. It cannot be M because of the M in the same column. It could be L, and it could be any of these three. So that's fine. Q is different than A and B and C. D, E, H, G, K, and F are all different. Interesting. F cannot be any of these cells in box 9. It could be O, it could be P, it could be Q. So F is one of those 4. Okay, we know E, G, K, M, O are different letters. Then we have S and P. S and P have to be different letters here. Okay. Q cannot be the same as A. It cannot be B either. So Q can't be any of these. Q has to be one of these 4. That doesn't tell us very much. Q can't be here. Q could potentially be E, G, or K. Okay, so let's go whisper 5 lines. Actually, let's look at box 1. This has to be 192837 or 46. But these 3 digits are next to 2 other unique digits on the whisper 5 line. 5 has to be either here or here. We're not sure which, because 5 can't be on a whisper 5 line, and it can't be next to an X or a V. These are the digits 1 through 4 here. These are the digits 1 through 4. Oh, Q is 1 through 4. That's interesting. So these are both low. That's interesting. This alternates between low and high on a whisper 5 line. These are the same set. We'll mark them as pink. These are the same set. We'll mark them as yellow. So this is yellow also. These digits cannot be B, C, D, or E. So this digit must be the same as that. I guess we'll mark it as a Z. So Z has to be there, and this must be yellow. So then Z has to be one of these 3. Because it cannot be B, C, D, or E. And B, C, D, or E have to be in these 4 cells. And these are both yellow. These are both pink. This is 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9. So if we had 1, 9 here, would that work? I think the answer is no, right? If we have 1, 9 here, this becomes 2, 8, and 3, 7. But one of these would be 3, 7 next to something that's not 1 or 9, which is not possible. 3 can only be next to 8 and 9, and 7 can only be next to 1 and 2. So this cannot be 1, 2, 1 or 9 here. This has to be 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. Actually, I don't think it could be 2 and 8 either. If this is 2 and 8, this becomes 1, 9, and 3, 7 as a pair. Again, 3 and 7 as a low has to only be next to 8 and 9. So this cannot be 2, 8 here. It's 3, 7, or 4, 6. Can it be 3, 7 here? Possibly. Right, because we'd have 4 pinks here. So this has to be pink here. And we have 4 pinks. So that means one of these is yellow, the other one is 5. Let's mark the pink as oranges, because I usually mark 5s as pink. So this is pink or yellow, and this is pink or yellow. Hmm. That means, okay, so one thing is B, C, D, E has 1 orange. That means this must be orange here, and this must be the same orange? No, not necessarily. Actually, this doesn't have to be orange. We know this is guaranteed to be orange. One of these is orange, the other one is Z. Actually, Z is here. So one is orange, the other one is the 5. Or basically the one that's not B, C, D, or E. So this is why this, and let's make this X. So this is Z, Z is there, Y and X have to be here. So this is X or Y, and this is X or Y here. Okay. Hmm. Okay, so we have B, C, D, E. This is the, so this X has to be the same as this one. Because if it's not, then where can it be? It can't be B, C, D, or E, which this has to be. And it has to be the other orange, which is here. So this is X. Oh, which means this can't be X. So we have B, C, D, and E. This is not X. This is Y. Oops. So this is not X. This is, I guess, W. We'll make this as W here. Which means this is a WY pair. Interesting. So we have X here, X here. X can be one of these 3. These are low, interestingly enough. Not. Yeah. So this is guaranteed to have 1 low here. If this is 3, 7, we have a guaranteed 4, 6 in one of these spots. So that would force this to be 192828. Or 1928, right? So that is possible. Do these have to be the same ones? That's the question. Um, okay. Um, if yellow is both lows, that's interesting. That means there are no more lows in row. So if yellow is all lows. Oh, where's A? That's interesting. So if yellow's low, A has to be high. Or 5. Right. I guess that works. A cannot be here, A cannot be here. So A is orange, or it's this cell here. Uh, okay. Hmm. So the only way, oh, that's interesting. X is orange. The only way X, so if orange is high, as we said, that means A must be the same as X, because X cannot be either of these, because it's high. So if yellow is low, X has to be high. X cannot be low here, so X has to be that digit there, which is high. So it has to be the same as A, which means this would be A. Hmm. So if A is yellow, that means it has to be there. And yellow then has to be high. So I think A always has to be high, right? If A is not high, so say A is low, that means orange has to be low also, because we can't have 5 lows in row 2, because the lows are 1 through 4. So again, if A is low, that means oranges are low. And X would have to be low. So A could not be here. A would have to be orange. So if A is low, that means orange must be low. Yellow can't be, yellow has to be high. So therefore A would have to be orange. If A is high, technically orange still could be low. So then if A is high, that means this would have to be A. And it would be D or E, essentially. And these would be high. Hmm. Okay. Okay, we know E, G, K, M, and O are different digits. P and S actually have to be different digits also. Q could be E, G, or K. Um, that means this is Q. So what happens if Q is here? That's kind of the question, right? That means Q is not EGK, M, or S. It can't be S either. So Q cannot be here, cannot be M or S. Can't be N. So if this is Q, that means Q is here. Because it cannot be MO, EGK, it cannot be here because of Q there. So that means Q would be here and Q would be here. Otherwise, if it's L, that means Q is here. So Q has to be one of these two, guaranteed. Which means Q is one of these three, but it cannot be B. So it has to be one of those two. That's interesting. Um, huh. Um, S, where is S in row 8? Can't be here. Can't be P. Can't be M, O, E, G, or K. So S has to be one of these two cells. So obviously, if S is here, then L has to be Q, and L is Q here. Okay. And that means Q has to be E, G, or K. We're not sure which. Um, E, G, and K cannot be any of these cells and cannot be any of these cells. Actually, E, G, K, and M cannot be any of these cells here. So this must be E, G, K, or M, and it cannot be M. So the Q is E, G, or K. Okay. So, right, in box 9, where are E, G, and K? E, G, and K cannot be here, so they must be in, oh, it's 3 cells. Well, it's E, G, K, and M, right? O we know is here and here. E, G, K, and M cannot be any of these cells because they all see those cells from those cells there. So this must be E, G, K, or M. E, G, K, M, EGKM, and EGKM. But we know Q cannot be M because they're in the same column. So guaranteed, Q has to be EG or K. Since Q is EG or K, that means this can't be Q here. Therefore, L and Q are the same. So these are the same. That means L and Q are the same. So this is Q. This cannot be Q here. So we have EG and K. One of them is Q. So we have Q's there. G cannot be Q. So G cannot be... So Q has to be E or K, but we don't know which. So that's Q. Because that one is Q here. Oh, these cannot be the same digit. Or, sorry, these cannot be different sums adding up to 5, right? If that were... Well, it could be if this is not low. Never mind. Hmm. So if Q's here and Q's here, that means Q cannot be any of these, cannot be any of these. Okay, so what happens if Q is here and here? Okay, let's mark that as, I don't know, dark. So therefore this couldn't be dark, this would be dark. E would be the same. So these would all be dark. Oops. Obviously that would be dark. So then how would that work? That would force this to be Q. So E would be here. Oh. Actually, we know... Well, we don't know, actually. It's K or E. Okay, what happens if K is Q? So we have Q, 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 Q. Um... Huh. That's interesting. Okay. So we know Q is either E or K, because Q has to be here. Q can't be C or I. It's the same as L here. But the thing is, if Q is K, that means this would have to be Q, this would be Q. Where would Q be in box 1? It would have to be orange. If Q is E... Okay, well, no, never mind. No, if Q is E... we don't have as much. That means one of these would have to be... Okay, that doesn't help. Never mind. One of these would have to be Q, and it would be yellow. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Um, hmm. That seems reasonable. O is the same as that. Um, O cannot be J R N. So O cannot be here. O cannot be J, R, and N because it shares the same box as J, same box as N, and same column as R, and cannot be Q. So O cannot be here. It cannot be J, Q, R, and N, so O has to be one of these two cells. Oops. So O is one of these two. O cannot be here. O cannot be Q or S. So O has to be one of these two cells here, which means O has to be, cannot be B. So O is one of those two cells there. Interesting. It cannot be H. It could be F. It's one of these three cells here. O cannot be here. O cannot be A. O cannot be C or I. So that means O is one of these three. Interesting. That doesn't help us much. O cannot be D or H. So O is one of these two cells here. We don't know which. Obviously can't be EK or G. This cell here cannot be any of these, so it must be either P or this cell. P has to, okay, so O has to be here, P has to be here. Do we have anything else? Not really. All right. S cannot be here. It's not the same as EKG. So these two cells have to be the same as these two. So we have W. So let's make this V. This then becomes an SV pair. Because S and V cannot be here, cannot be E, G, K, or M. So this is S or V. So P is the same as one of those two, which is the same as one of those three. P is the same as this, which is the same as one of those three. So this is an SV pair here. We have also M, E, G, and K there. O has to be here. So this cell has to be that cell. So this is U. So U has to be the same as that. And it could be this cell or D and H. U cannot be these cells, can't be J, can't be Q, can't be N. It could be R. So U has to be one of these three cells. Huh. What else do we have? This is getting kind of complicated. I think I should maybe focus more on this part. If Q is here, that would mean E is Q here. So we're making this Q. This is obviously Q, Q, Q. That would force E to be Q. So this would be Q. This would be Q. You have Q here and Q here. That would force this cell to be Q here. Okay. What does that imply? So that means yellow is low. So orange would have to be high. So therefore this would be X. So we'll mark that. Maybe we should make Q as medium then. So medium, 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 medium. And then this would be here. It would be here. So then this would be medium. X would have to be high, so it could not be either of these. So this would be X, this would be X, this would be X. We'd have X here. X could not be K, so X would have to be one of these two. X could not be here. It's obviously not Q. It could be O. It cannot be K. So X would have to be one of these two. Because it cannot be K. It cannot be N or O. It can't be these cells. It could be PM. Or any of these two. So this would be satisfied. A could not be any of these. It can't be Q. So it can't be here, can't be here. No here or here. So it's M-O, it's M, this cell, R, or S. It can't be S. So it's one of these three cells. That is possible. I was hoping this would lead to a contradiction, but we're not getting that. Hmm. Hmm. If these are the same. So, oh, that's interesting. Okay, so what happens if this is if we made so we tried both E and K. So if it's E, no, let's try if it's K. So if Q is K, that means this would have to be K. This would have to be K or Q, sorry. This would be Q here. We'd have Q here, Q here, Q here, Q here. That would leave this as a Q. Right? X would have to be a low. but it could be this one. Well, yeah, it would sort of have to be, right? Huh. Interesting. Um, mm, hmm. Um, hmm. Yeah, I'm just not really sure how to sort of tackle this. We know G can, oh, H, G, and F cannot be any of these cells. Well, we already knew that. We don't have, oh, an A. Oh, that's interesting. So we have, yeah, similar pattern here in box 1 as we did in box 9. So H, G, and F cannot be either of these. Neither can A. So then this becomes... Okay. Not that. This becomes H, G, F, or A. And then, obviously, this is A, F, G, or H also. Right? So it matches these. Because they A, F, G, and H cannot be any of these four. So this must be A, F, G, H. This is A, F, G, H. This is A, F, G, H. Ah, bingo. Okay, so that's the scenario. So, if orange... So this is definitely... Okay, there we go. Let's remove the shading for now. So again, this has to be A, F, G, and H are in row 2 and column 2. Therefore, in box 1, they can't be any of these cells. So this must be specifically A, F, G, H in these 4 cells. Well, and this is A, F, G, H. The thing is, so for A, F, G, H, if orange were low, then A, F, G, and H would have to be lows also. 3 of them would be lows. So we would have 5 lows in row 2 and column 2, which is not allowed. So AFGH cannot be low. So orange cannot be low. Orange has to be a high from this. So that means orange is high, yellow is low. Since yellow is low, these must be... these 2 cells must specifically not be these 2. So AFGH is all high. Sorry, GHG and F are all high. Sorry, that's not true. Ooh, that's a problem. We have 4 lows here. Hold up. How? Okay, so how did I mess this up? Oh, Z does not have to be here. Z could be any of these. No, 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 no. That's not right because B, C, D, E have to be, cannot be any of these. Okay, let's re-clear this. Okay. A, B, B, C, C, D, D, E, E, F, F, G, H, I, J, K. We know this is Q, M, N, O, P, Q, R, and S. This is G, H, I, J, K, Q, M, N, O, P, Q, R, and S. So again, B, C, D, E cannot be any of these. So this is a B, C, D, E triplet. We made these yellow. So these were yellow. These had to be orange. This was yellow. So B, C, D, and E have to be this set. So this yellow cannot be any of these B, C, D, or E. Cannot be here, cannot be here. This has to be the same as this. Q is here. This is low. So... oof. The problem, so this is orange to be add up to 10 with this. So we have 4 oranges then. This has to be yellow or pink, and yellow or pink. But we have H, A, H, G, H. Cannot be any of these. It has to be here. So A, H, A, G, H, F, A, G, F, H, A, G, H, F, H, and this last one is also A, G, F, and H. So this is basically both B, C, D, E, and A, F, G, H here. Well, if orange is high, sorry, if orange is low, that means we have 3 lows guaranteed here. And that would be too many lows in row 2. But the problem is, so say then we have oranges as high, right? Yellows are low now. B, C, D, and E have to have 2 lows and a low or 5. Well, this is then in row 1, we have 3 lows here. This must be high, and it cannot be B, C, D, or E, so it can't be any of these, can't be here, so this must be the same as that. So this is X. But since this is X, that means this must be X here, and this is high. Oh, that's fine, I guess. That means so this would be A. Okay, so this is A and X, which means this can't be A, this can't be A, and that can't be A. So F, G, and H is 2 highs, and it cannot be a low, because we have 4 lows already. So this, therefore, must be the other one. So this is 2 highs and a 5. Which means this 2 highs here, and this must be a 5. Which means this can't be 5. A has to be X. Okay, so that, yeah, this is fine. So A and X are the same. So we'll just label it A. This is A. So this is 5. So we're guaranteed this is 5. F, G, and H are 5. So B and C are here. B and C has to be, one of them has to be a 5. We have 4 highs and 5 in box 3. That doesn't tell us much. So this is Z, this is Z. Q cannot, okay, so Q, these cannot be the same one. Right, because Q's not these, so one of these is Q, which means this can't be Q. So Q has to be here, which means Q cannot be K, so Q has to be E. So E and Q are the same. Okay, so then we can start coloring these, like I said. So Q's are medium, which means this is Q also. So we can remove Q from the lettering, because we know which one it is. So this is 5, so Q is the same as E. So these are not E. Well, this is specifically E. What else do we have? We have Z, which is the same as that. So Z has to be one of these two. Z is here, Z is one of these three. This cell cannot be B or C. And so this cell is the same as here. So this was, I think, Y. So we had Y here, I guess Y here. This was, I think, W. These are two lows. So we have 4 lows, right, so this is high and 5. D is not 5. So D has to be one of these two. So D is guaranteed to be one of these two. We're not sure which. So this is Z here, which means this digit cannot be 4 or 6. So if this is 3, 7, this can't be 4 or 6. This would have to be 4 or 6. Obviously, if this is 4 or 6, then this would have to be 1 or 9. Let's see. Um, hmm. So A cannot be K, so A is one of these two. So this is the scenario that I had before. A cannot be here, cannot be here. Can't be S. I guess we can make A's as dark. Well, but it's hard to see then. Hmm. Okay, so blue. So one of these is 4, obviously. This can't be 4 here. So one of these two is 4, which means one of these has to be a 1. If this is 4, this has to be 1 here. No, hold up. If this is 4, that means this is 2, 3, which forces 1 to be there. If this is 4, that means this is 3, 7 as a pair. This must be 1. And this would be 6, which does work. If this is 4, that makes that 4, which makes that 9. Hmm. So 5 has to be B or C. It cannot be E. can't be D either, because we have 5 there. So B and C, one of these is pink. So one of these is pink here. Hmm. So if this is 4, this is 1, this becomes 2, 3 as a pair. We have 6 here. This would be 4, so that would be 9. We'd have 1 here, so, okay. So let's just take a look at what happens if we have 4 here. So this is 4, 1. That would force 4 to be here, so that would be 9. This would be 2, 3. I think this would have to be, this would be 6, this would be 7, 8 as a pair, so that would force this to be 2 and that to be 3. So I think this has to be 1 or 2, right? If this is 4, that's 1 then. And this would be 3. You'd have 3 here. This would be 3 and 7. This would be 6. So 6 would have to be next to 1. Because this couldn't be 6 next to 3. So then this would be... Yeah. So this is 1 or 2, and this is 1 or 2. This is 3 or 4. This is 3 or 4. This must be 6, 7, or 6 or 7. So this is 3 or 4, 1 and 2. So these match these two. This digit is the same as one of these two, so it cannot be B or C, so it must be D. So this is D, this is D, this is D. So this cannot be D here. So this is light, I guess we'll make it. We have light here, this is the light. Light is one of these two, and light is here. Okay. So I guess we'll move blue. So we know D's here, D's here. D cannot be here or here, so D is one of these 3. It can't be I, so D has to be one of those 2. And then D is light here. So D can't be here or can't be here. So D is one of these 4. That doesn't help much. Y is the same. We'll mark this as green. So green has to be one of those 3. These two must map to this, so this is green. So we have green, green, and one of those 3, and then one of those 3. Probably not the best choice of colors, but okay. We'll figure it out. Actually, yeah. So this, let's mark these as the color they're in box 1. So red, pink. Okay. Medium we'll mark as yellow because we're marking it as related to that. Light we'll mark as orange. We have this color, which is medium. That matches here. 5 is blue. We have this thing. Red, light, and dark. Okay. A is the same as that, which is the same as that, which is the same as that. So F, G, and H are blue, light, and dark. So blue, light, and dark. B or C must be blue and pink. That leaves in box 2, remaining digits are light and dark. B and C are blue and pink. Remaining digits here are medium and dark. Medium and dark. This cannot be dark because of the blue, light, dark triplet, so this must be medium. This can't be medium. It's dark there. Okay. Remaining digits in box 4, or remaining colors in box 4, are medium and light. So I cannot be medium, cannot be dark. I has to be light. So that eliminates light from the rest of the box. So this is light. This can't be light. Okay, yeah, this is yellow. This is then medium. Interesting. Remaining colors in row 3. We have green, pink, and medium. And in column 3, we have red, pink, and green. So K cannot be red and cannot be medium. So it's green or pink. Okay. So this is 3 or 4 here. Which means dark has to be 8 or 9, but we're not sure which. Okay, so we have all the yellows. Remaining colors of row 4 are light, no medium dark, green, pink, orange, no red, no yellow, it's blue. So those are the combination. This can't be green because of green in the column. This can't be orange because of orange in the column. Okay, so J is the same as that. So this is what? Blue, green, pink, or light. It cannot be green because of green in the column. Okay. Okay. So this is G, K, or M. Okay. R has to be dark red or medium. O's here, O's here, so O has to be one of these cells. I can't be here. Okay, so this can't be light. There's light in the column. M cannot be either of these four. Do we have enough information there? Not really. This S has to be these five. So we have cannot be light. So this is not light. It's blue, pink, green, or orange. So that's fine. N is here and here. M cannot be any of these. Mm-mm-mm. Um, um, no medium, no medium. This can't be medium. Okay, so in column box 8, medium cannot be here or here. It could be O, it could be either of these. So medium cannot be here. Cannot be N. Cannot be S. Okay. So that's not too helpful there. Mm-hmm. D, H, and J cannot be any of these, but the problem is we need a fourth cell to make sure that these are the same, right? F cannot be any of these, so F has to be one of these three. Mm-hmm. So 5 we know can't be either of these. So there's no blue there. Hmm. So this is FGH. That's not helpful. This is 8 or 9. We know that for certain. So the other one is 8 or 9 here, and then we have, so this is 7, 8, or 9, cannot be 6, and this is 6, 7, 8, or 9. Okay. Does that help? I don't really know. Um, uh, remaining colors. That's not helpful. We're trying to do parts on the palindrome. Okay. Red can't be here, but red could be any of those three. Red can't be here, but it could be any of these 5. G, K, or M. Hmm. D is low, yellow is low, medium is low. Interesting. Um, hmm. Hmm. Okay. Well, let's do for other parts of the palindrome. What colors could this be? A lot. Hmm. Okay, so cannot be yellow. Um, can't be medium because of medium here. That's pretty much it, right? You could have light, dark, green, pink, orange, red, and blue. Not too helpful. Mm. R and S are a little bit less crazy, but hmm. um yeesh. N cannot be red or yellow or medium. So it could be light, dark, green, pink, orange, or blue. So light, dark, green, pink, orange, or blue. That's not helpful. Cannot be light because it can't be I. Um, hmm. M could be a lot of things. Too many things. Uh, okay, well, let's do M because that's the last one. Okay, so that we can really get good information on. It's just not that many good. Light, dark, green, orange, green, pink, orange, red, and blue. Light, dark, green, pink, orange, red, or blue. So these digits are, again, light, pink, light, medium, dark. Hold up. So blue G can be blue, light, or dark. K can be pink or green. M cannot be medium and cannot be yellow. So you can have orange and red. Okay. And this can't be red because of red in the column. So here we have dark, medium, no medium. So this can't be red. Dark, light, dark, green, pink, orange, and blue. And this could be red. So light, dark, green, pink, orange, red, and blue. Not too helpful. O has to be either medium, light blue or dark, or green, red, or pink. Same with P. So it could be medium, light, dark blue, red, green, pink. Well, okay. P cannot be medium because of medium in the column. But it could be any of the other colors. So P has to be one of these two, interestingly enough. Let's remove A's. We know it with the reds. Okay. If this is 2, 3, then this becomes 7. So this would be 6, 1, 4, and this would be 8, 9 as a pair. If this is 4, this is 1, we have 6 here, this is 2 with 7 or 8, or 9. No, 9 would have to be here, so this would be 4, 9. That seems fine. Hmm. Huh. Yeah, we have D, H, and J can't be here. So D, H, and J has to be some combination of these. But J could be G or K, right? Phew. Yeah, we've basically done all the palindrome stuff. What else? S is one of these three. Cannot be yellow, so it's one of those two. Uh, hmm. Corresponding ones. So if this is green or light, this would have to be green or light. We don't really it cannot be blue, so this can't be blue here. Orange would go with red, pink, or dark. Dark would have to go, cannot be yellow, it would have to be with orange. So we have green and light, and pink could be with medium. Ugh, that's a lot of possibilities. Hmm. Jeez. Hmm. There's too many possibilities. That's not good. J cannot be the same as R. So J can't be any of these. J has to be one of these two. Okay. J is blue, pink, or light. Huh. Um, hmm. Does that tell us anything? I don't really know. Um, okay. C and I cannot be any of these. Neither can N. But that's not enough information. So it's nothing like this. This is too crazy. Let's remove these. Anything that has more than five. Five's kind of arbitrary, but for some reason I can't see anything that doesn't have five seems okay to me. When we have like 7 colors or 6 colors, that just seems too many. Um, C and I and N cannot be any of these. Oh, we have S though. Right. C, I, and N cannot be S. Aha. In the box 5. So this can't be CIN. This can't be CIN. And CIN cannot be S, so this must be CINN. So this is a CIN triplet. Aha. Wait, that doesn't give me this aha. I don't know. I don't know what that hmm. Okay. Does that tell us anything? I don't really know. Hmm. Well, we know B is something else. B cannot be here, 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 so B has to be one of these 4. Or sorry, 3. So S cannot be C, and it cannot be B. So therefore, this cannot be blue or green, or pink, sorry. So it's green or orange. So S is one of these colors. So S is... Right, so S cannot be B, and S cannot be C. So that eliminates blue and or pink from the possibilities. It can't be red, dark, or medium. And it can't be light because it sees I. Can't be yellow. Um, so that means it's only 2 colors, right? Right, because we remove 5 of them from I and these 4 colors in row 4. And it can't be B or C, so it has to be S. So therefore, this is guaranteed to be S. S has to be one of these 2. This is S. So S has to be one of these 2. right? Because it's green or orange, so it's one of those two. So this is one of those two is S. S cannot be O. S cannot be N, so S has to be here. Which means S cannot be D, which is orange. So S has to be green. So this cannot be S. S has to be green. So S is green, which means this can't be green here. N cannot be green. These cannot be green. So we know this is D and orange. So we can remove D's, actually. Huh. Okay. So C, I, and N cannot be orange. So this can't be orange. One of these is D. That was kind of interesting. Okay, so this cannot be green. This can't be green. This is pink. So K is pink. Okay, which eliminates pink from the rest of those boxes. That means this can't be pink or red because this is red. This can't be pink. This can't be pink. So K is pink. Which means K has to be one of these three. So S cannot be P. So we can remove S's, actually. Those are just greens. S cannot be P. S cannot be here or here because of greens in the rows. Can't be here because of green in the column. Can't be P, so green has to be this one, which means this can't be green. It's medium. This can't be medium. That's green. So we have greens there. This is not 1, 2. This is 3, 4. This can't be 3, 4. It's 1, 2. This is C, I, or N. Orange cannot be here. So where is orange in box 5? It must be here. So this is not blue or pink. It's orange, which means this can't be orange here. So this becomes blue, pink, or light. We have orange here, so N cannot be orange. N is blue, pink, or dark. Orange cannot be here or here. Orange can't be any of these, or can't be O. So no P, O. No, none of those. So orange is one of these three. That's interesting. Hmm. So C, I, and N are blue, pink, dark, or light. So this is blue, pink, dark, or light here. B has to be the other blue, pink. So B has to be one of these two. So this is B, C, and I here for these three. So this cannot be N. So this is B, C, and I. J is one of these two. So it could be that one. So this is also B, C, and I. Okay. So K, pink is one of these three. Hmm. This actually is useful to keep the letters to see what these are. A is no longer really useful there, so CINN. So remaining so this cannot be CI or N. Remaining colors in row 6 are what? No light, could be medium, could be dark, no green, pink is fine, no orange, could be red, no yellow, and could be blue. This can't be red because of red in the column. We have a blue, light, pink. Oh, no, this is also... So... Remaining colors in column 4 are blue, light, medium, dark, no green, pink, orange, no red, no yellow, blue. Ugh, that's 6 colors. That's a lot. So red has to be one of these two. So red can't be P. Red has to be either M or this color. So red is one of these two here. It cannot be O because this is CI and N. Red can't be here. Red can't be here because it must be CI or N. So red has to be one of those two. Red is either M or this cell. Okay. Where is orange in box 6? Orange has to be one of these two. That's interesting. So it's either M or this cell here. O cannot be orange, so no orange here, no orange here or here. That means one of these three is a orange. One of these three is an orange. That doesn't tell us too much. Oh, what can O be? It can be light. Cannot be light, sorry. Because of light in the column. It could be medium, dark, no green, pink, no orange, red technically, but I'm pretty sure that gets removed. No yellow, and blue. So medium, dark, pink, red, and blue. But this can't be red because of red in the row. So this can't be red. Blue, pink, dark. Okay. What can P be? Oof. It just keeps going through. Well, we did get more information, so that was helpful. P can be light, medium. Can't be medium because of medium there. So light, dark, no green. Could be pink, no orange, no red. Cannot be yellow or blue. So P is light, dark, pink, or blue. Okay. We know K. We know what K can be. M is still too broad, though. Is it? Maybe we've gotten some more information there. Okay, what can M be? M can be light, no medium because that's medium. Dark, cannot be green, cannot be pink. Could be orange, red, no yellow, and could be blue. Okay, so then this is light, dark, orange, red, and blue. This can't be pink because of pink in the K. K is equal to B or C. We don't know which. Okay. And, well, it's one of these two. We don't know which. Okay. G, K, and M are light blue, medium, no, light blue, dark, red, pink, orange, and blue. I already said pink twice, I think. So G, K, and M could be pink. It could be blue, light, dark, orange, and red. Okay. So what are we missing? Medium. Okay, so medium's one of these. Medium has to be one of these two. Okay, well, that doesn't help too much. We do know these can't be red. This is also blue, light. So this is green. So light cannot be either of these. So this can't be light because green has to add up to, with light to add up to 10. Blue cannot be here because, so this is either orange or dark or pink. So orange, dark. So if this is orange, it could be, hold up. If this is 1 and 4, that's 6. So this is 4 and this would be 9. So in that case, it would be dark. So you have orange and dark there, potentially. So if that's orange, this is dark. If that's 1. What happens if it's 2? If it's 2, this is 2 and 3, 7. So this would be 4, 6, 1. This would be 3. And 8 and 9. So it would be dark or pink. It cannot be pink here. So if this is orange, this is dark. If it's dark, that means it's orange or yellow. It cannot be yellow, so this would be orange in that case. If it's pink, oh, that's a lot. That's a wide variety. So this is either orange or dark. Or this is pink here. So it could be medium, right? If this is 7, 3, you'd have 4, 6, 8, 9, 8, 9, and that could work. So that would be 4, this would be 3, that would be 9. So it could be medium. It cannot be green. It could be red or orange or yellow, but it cannot be yellow because of yellow in the column. So this is specifically medium, green, or dark. Huh. Interesting. What is this color? It could be any of the six, right? So we have light, medium, dark. No green. It cannot be pink. It could be orange, red, or blue. Right. Um. hmm, hmm, hmm. Orange cannot be here because of orange in the column. Hmm. P cannot be pink because of pink in the O cannot be pink. Aha! That's getting us more information. I'm not sure what, but it gives us some information. This can't be orange because of orange in the row. And where is medium in row 7? Can't be here because of medium in the box. J cannot be medium because of medium in the row here. P can't be medium because it sees the medium there. And the G, K, and M cannot be medium because M sees the medium there, GK sees the medium here. So O has to be medium. Medium. Which means this is medium. So that eliminates medium from the rest of box 9. So this has to be orange here. Because if you don't have orange here, you don't have a low, right? Dark is high, pink is high. So this is definitely orange, which means this can't be orange. Obviously, one of these two is orange. That doesn't help much. That means M is orange or this is orange. We're not sure which. Orange and dark or orange and pink add up to 10. Okay. That means P is the same as F. So these three cells are the same. So we'll mark P as F. So it's F. F, that means this cell here has to be F. Because it cannot be M, because M and F are in the same row now. And F can't be here, F can't be here, F can't be green. So this is F here, which means F's cannot include dark. So F is blue or light. So it could be I, or it's B or C, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. G or H is dark. Mm, um, hmm. So where are F's? F cannot be here, cannot be here. Can't be here. So F could be one of these three. Oh, F is not B. So F has to be C or I. So we know J then is B, right? F cannot be B because this and F and B are C each other. So J is the same as B. J must be B. This can't be B, so this must be B here. Aha. So B has to be blue and pink specifically. So we now have where is red in box 5. It can only be in R. So this is red. R is red, which eliminates red from being in M. Where is red in box 8 then? It has to be here, which eliminates red from being here, which means where is red in box 9? It has to be here. So we can remove R. Where is medium in box 5 then? It has to be here. So this is medium. That eliminates medium from being here. Actually, yeah, we already figured that out. This must be medium here because we have 8 mediums. We know where the last medium has to be. We have a blue pink combination in column 6, which means this can't be blue or a blue pink pair, I should say. So therefore, N has to be dark, which eliminates dark from the rest of the rows that it sees. This is orange. This can't be orange. This is pink as K. That eliminates pink from the rest of the box. We have a blue. Oh. We have a contradiction. Ugh. Thought I was doing so well. Not so much, huh? This supposedly was supposed to be easier. Jeez. Where did I screw up? Oh, this is gonna be a long ways around, isn't it? Dang it. I was so close. I was close. I don't. Close is not good enough, unfortunately. Okay. Okay, let's restart. Let's try it again. A, B, B, C, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K. This is Q, L. No, that was L. M, N, O, P, Q, R, and S. D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, Q, M, N, O, P, Q, R, and S. So again, Q cannot be N and O because of O in the row and N in the row. So this can't be Q here, can't be Q here, can't be Q here. So Q is one of these two. But because of the EGKM combination in box 9, these can't be EGKM. So EGKM have to be Q. Well, that means this cannot be Q here because it sees E, G, K, and M. So Q has to be the same as that. That's the reason why we have that. We have a similar thing with A. This is B, C, D, E, because B, C, D, E can't be any of these cells, so it have to be these four. A, H, J, G, A, F has the same thing. These are the same set, so therefore A, H, J, F, H, G, F has to be here. This cell. So these are the same set. We have yellow there, or this was, I think, orange. We had orange here. This was yellow. And we knew this was B, C, D, E. So this cell cannot be any of B, C, D, E because it sees all of those cells there. Therefore, it cannot be these cells. Where is it in box 1? It has to be there. So we know then this cell, so let's mark these. We have light, medium, dark, green, pink, orange. Well, okay, let's not do it that way. Okay, so let's do, so yellows and oranges, right? So this has to be yellow, this is yellow or pink, and this is yellow or pink. But we know AHGF cannot be any of these, so 3 of them have to be here, which are 3 oranges. These are low, because they're 1 through 4, adding up to 5. Therefore, this is yellow also. So AHGF, if there 3 of them are orange, if orange were low, we'd have 5 lows in row 2, which is not allowed. In fact, actually, it's, yeah. So AHGF has to be, therefore, AHGS have to be, sorry, orange has to be high, and yellows have to be low. Well, we have 4 lows in row 2, and this is AHGF is these 4 cells. So AHGF cannot be low, so this cannot be low here. This is a 5. And this is a low here then, because it can't be 5. Well, we have all of these are lows, so these are lows and medium and whatever. So we have that information. So we know this is low. And the problem with this is this cell must be here. So essentially, these can never be 4. So this can never be 1 here, because 4 has to be adding with 1 to add up to 5. And if 4 is here, that means this is 2, 3, which makes that 1. If 4 is here, that means this is 2, 3, which makes that 1. So this can't be 9. And this can't be 2 and 8. Well, okay, yeah, if this can't be 2 and 8, because that would force us to be a 1-3 pair, and 3 would have to be next to a non-8 with a 9 here. That's not possible. So therefore, this is 1, 2. This has to be then 3, 4. This is 6, 7. Okay, so then we started coloring these. So this was light, medium, dark, green, pink, orange, red, yellow, blue. So this was the same as that. So this is green. B, and so this had to be these 2. And this one specifically, so this was Q. So that matched this. So Q had to be here. So since it was here, this cannot be here. Q was here, can't be here, so Q had to be here. So this was yellow, which means E had to be yellow. Q's were all yellow. And this was yellow here. So we had 3, 4. This had to be medium. This was orange-green as a pair. A had to be this cell here, which was red. Because it could not be BCD. BCD had to be these cells here. This was yellow. Therefore, this was left as red. And the problem with D, so these have to be, so these cells here, so again, this has to be 8 or 9 to be with 3 or 4. So 7, 8, 9, 6, 7, 8, 9. So B, C, and D, so this is E here. B, C, and D are these three. So it's blue, orange, and pink, right? These are blue, orange, and pink. And this orange-green pair eliminates orange and green in the rest of the box. So this can't be orange. This is blue, pink as a pair. So this can't be blue and pink. Cannot be blue and pink. So that's orange, which means the D's are orange. That's the reason why we got that. So these can't be orange again. H, G, and F then are blue, dark, and light. Remaining colors in HGF are blue, dark, and light. Well, where's dark going to be in column 1? Can't be here because of the blue, dark, light combo. So this has to be dark. Therefore, that forces this to be medium because there's no other place for medium in column 1. I cannot be medium because of medium in this box. And it can't be any of these colors, so it has to be light. So I is light. This is then medium. This is an orange medium pair. K has to be... these three cells in row 3 have to be green, pink, and medium. And in column 3, they are red, green, and pink. So K has to be the same, so this cannot be red, and this cannot be medium. So we have green and pink there. So similarly in box 9, we have E already accounted for as Q. G, K, and M cannot be here, though. So this is G, K, and M here. G, K, and M. G, K, and M. In box 5, we have something similar. We have C, I. So I is light. I guess we should keep that one. We don't need D. D is not helpful for anything. D could be any of these 4, but that's just pretty broad. But C, I, and N cannot be S, so can't be here. And C, I, and N are eliminated from here because of C, I, and N in the row, and C, I, N in the column eliminates C, I, N here. And it cannot be S, so this must be C, I, N as a triplet. Let's see. Remaining cells in row 4 were what? We had light, no medium, no dark, green, pink, orange, no red, yellow, or blue. So those were the combinations. This is not medium, this is dark. This can't be light here. C, I, and N are here. I forget. Okay, so N can be what colors? Cannot be light. Could be medium. Could be dark. Could be green. Could be pink. Okay, so it's orange, no red, no yellow, or blue. So we have medium, dark, green, pink, orange, or blue. That's still pretty broad. Okay. J is the same as this. Okay, so this is the same as this. So that's light, pink, orange, green, and blue. Okay. It cannot be light because S sees the light I here. So it's green, pink, orange, or blue. So how did we differentiate the S? S cannot be B and cannot be C. So that's how we differentiate it, right? S sees B here, S sees C here. So therefore it cannot be blue or pink. It's green or orange. So this is a green-orange pair, which eliminates green and orange in the rest of the row. So N has to be blue, pink. So no green or orange here. S then has to be here. So we have S here. S is one of these two. S is green or orange, so it must be one of these two. S is here. S is one of these two because it can't be here. It can't be any of these. So S cannot be any of these. So S can't be N because they're in the same box here. S can't be O because they're in the same column here, so this must be S. But S is green or orange, and it cannot be orange, so S has to be green. So this cannot be S. All the S's are green. We can remove S too now. So that green eliminates green here. So this is orange, which means this is not 3, 4. This is 1, 2. That eliminates green in the rest of the box or in row. So this K cannot be green, so K is pink, which eliminates pink in the rest of their respective boxes. And this green eliminates green here, so this is red, which eliminates red here, so that's green. P cannot be green, so this can't be green here. Where's green in row 8? Can't be here because of greens in the boxes. Can't be P. Can't be here because of greens in the row. So the green has to be here, which means this can't be green. That's medium, which eliminates medium there. So that's green. Okay. So orange is here. So C, I, and N, there's no more orange. So this cannot be orange here. So this is blue, light, or medium. Orange cannot be here because of orange in the column. This pink eliminates pink here. So we have blue, light, and orange there. So how did we get orange here? Okay, so orange cannot be here. Orange cannot be in C, I, or N. And it cannot be in R, so therefore this is orange. So that's how we got orange there. So that eliminates orange from being here. This is blue or light. How did we know this couldn't be B is the question. I think it was dealing with the coloring here. So blue, pink, or light here. N cannot be either of these. But N could be here. How did we know this couldn't be N? I don't really remember. Anyways, we have... So the question is, how did we get this as B? How did we get that as C and I? Right, this could be B, C, or I. This could still be K. Right? C, I, and N are blue, pink, light, medium, dark. This can't be medium because of medium in the column. So we have all the yellows, we have all the greens. Oranges, not quite. So orange does have to be one of these two. R is here, R is here. So R has to be dark red or medium. Remaining colors in column 4. We have a lot. They can be light, medium, dark, no green, pink, orange, no red, no yellow or blue. This can't be light though because of light in the row. This can't be orange because of orange in the row. This can't be pink because of pink in the row. J again cannot be either of these, so it cannot be R, and cannot be yellow, so J is one of those two. Hmm. Okay. Hmm. Um, Red is one of these two. So this cell can be a lot of things. Light, medium, dark, no green, could be pink, no orange, red, no yellow, or blue. Okay, so this can't be light because of light in the row and column. So it's those colors. P can be light, cannot be medium, could be dark, can't be green, cannot be pink because of K and P are in the same row here. Cannot be orange because of orange in the row. Cannot be red because of red in the row. Can't be yellow because yellow in the column. Or it could be blue. So P has to be light, medium, and dark. O is similar, I think, actually. O cannot be green. It could be medium. So G, K, and M. M cannot be medium. So where is medium in... G and K can't be medium. So where's medium in row 7? Medium has to be in O, which eliminates medium in the rest of the cells that they see. So that means this cell here, N cannot be medium anymore. So C, I, and N cannot have medium. That eliminates medium from these cells here. That means R cannot be medium. Where is medium in box 5 then? It has to be here. So that's medium. J is also B, C, or I. So B is one of these two. How did we know this couldn't be B is kind of the question, right? G, K, and M are here. So M can be light, no medium, could be dark, cannot be green, could be pink, could be orange, could be red, no yellow, it could be blue. That's pretty broad. Cannot be pink. Okay, so M cannot be pink. So G, K, and M can be pink, light, dark, blue, orange, or red. These cannot be red here. This can't be orange here. Blue cannot be adding up to 10 with another digit. Light has to be with green, so this can't be light. So again, if this is orange, okay. This color can be light, no medium, dark, no green, pink, no pink, orange, red, no yellow, or blue. This can be same thing. Light, dark, no green, no pink, orange, red, no yellow, or blue, but it cannot be blue because blue is 5 and cannot add up to 10 with another digit. So this can't be light because if it's light, it would have to have green with it. And green is already in this box to add up to 10. Red and dark are both highs. Pink and dark are both highs, so the low has to be orange. So this is guaranteed to be orange, which eliminates orange in the rest of the box. That means this can't be orange. Can't be yellow, green, or medium, so this is dark. This is light, dark. No green. It could be pink. No orange. It could be red, no yellow, or blue. Okay. Okay. Yeah, how did we know this couldn't be B? Because that was what basically changed everything here, right? Hmm. This can't... We know B has to be one of these two. And this... B cannot be here. B can't be here. Because this is CI and... Well, N could be... Okay, that's... Okay, maybe that was the mistake. This... N and B could be the same thing. So that's where I'm getting confused. So B could actually also be here. Because B and N could be the same thing. So that's probably where I made the mistake. Okay. Well, that's good to know. Can red ever be with orange here? Well, if this is 1, this is 4 and 6. So you could have 4 is definitely here, so that would be 9. So in that case, no. If this is 2, can this be 8 is the question. So you have 2, 3, 7, 8, 9, and 8. And the answer to that is also no. Right? Because if you have 2 and 8 here, if you have 2 and 8 here, the problem is this would be 9. This would have to be 3 and 7, but then this can't be 8 or 9 then, in that case. So red cannot be here. So we know orange is here. It could be with pink or it could be with dark. But we don't have any other information there. So I think the problem was I basically said B can't be... B had to be one of these two, and this since now the question was, why did we know this couldn't be B? I don't know what that answer is. So K is either here or here in row 7. Either way, okay, so if, yeah, pink cannot be here because P sees K, pink there. These can't be pink because pink in the box. This is green, that's yellow, and that's medium. So J is pink, or this cell is pink in row 7. If J is pink, N cannot be pink. If this cell's pink, N cannot be pink. So N cannot be pink, period. So N has to be blue or dark. I think it was... Oh, maybe it was F that I was using. So F... Where was... Yeah, so F... So N is blue or dark. So that would mean it's B. It could be B, or it could be dark. Huh. Well, N can't be here. N can't be here. Ah. Okay. Right. N can't be... So N and F both cannot be here. They cannot be medium, and they cannot be yellow. So N and F both have to be here, because they can't be any of these cells because they are both in row 9 and in column 9. So N and F both have to be here, but N can't be P, so F has to be P. So P's are all F's, because F... Okay, so yeah, that's the reason why. So F had to be here, here, and here. F cannot be M. F cannot be green. Where is F in column 8? Can't be here because of F's in the column, or it's F in the boxes. F can't be here, so this must be F. So we have all the F's here. F can't be here. F can't be here. It's B, C, or I. But F cannot be... F is here, so F can't be B. That was, yeah, so that, okay, so then I was getting kind of confused because I didn't realize B could also be here. Because N could be the same as B, which I guess we did prove then that that's what the case is, right? Because assume J is B, right? Then J has to be the same as B. That means J cannot be here. J has to be here as B. And then we had a lot of random of assumptions from that, which we led to a contradiction. But let's try to make that contradiction now. So, what happens if we make B this? If this is B, right? That means B cannot be here or here, can't be here or here, so this must be B here. So then this is not J, so this must be B here, which means it's blue or pink, so no red or dark, which means this has to be red, so this is red here. So I guess maybe we're making the assumption that this is red. And that means M cannot be red. Red eliminates red here, so this must be red here. That means this must be red here. I don't even remember what the contradiction was, but there was a contradiction. This was B, so this could not be light. It's blue or pink. Maybe that was a contradiction. Anyways, we had F here. This couldn't be dark. Let's do that without before the B assumption, because we know that's for certain. So F cannot be, F has to be C or I. And it's blue or light. So this can't be dark, this can't be dark. Okay. So this has to be C, F, and N. So this is N. So N is blue or dark. So cannot be red, cannot be light. Okay, well maybe we just use that. So F and N have to be here. Where is red in box 9? It cannot be, it has to be here, which means this can't be red here. Whereas red in box 8, it must be M. So this is red, which forces that to be red. So R cannot be red from that, so R is dark, which eliminates dark from the rest of the box and row. N cannot be dark. Okay, well, yeah, then that's naturally going to make that correct. So then N is blue, and it cannot be C, so it must be B. So then N must be B, which means these can't be blue. So therefore, F is the same as I. So remove blue from that. So F is the same as I. Oops. That means this can't be light, so this must be pink then. So J is the same as K. So this can't be pink. This blue eliminates blue for C. So that means C is pink. These can't be blue, so this can't be light here because this is light. This can't be light here, so that's blue. This can't be blue or pink, so it's red. So this cannot be J. This is J here. We have R here. This can't be blue or light. So this is orange or dark. This can't be blue or light. And can't be pink, so that's dark, which means this can't be dark, that's orange. This is light, which eliminates light in the rest of the box, so this can't be light here. This blue eliminates blue here, so that's dark, which means this can't be dark, so that's blue, which means this can't be dark, it's blue. This can't be blue, it's dark. So this can't be blue anymore. This dark eliminates dark in the rest of the row. So this is orange, which eliminates orange here. So this is pink. Therefore, this can't be pink or light. It's dark. Dark eliminates dark here. So this is orange, which means this can't be orange. It's dark. And we have this situation here. So that leaves this as orange. And then this has to be medium. And these two must add up to 10. So if we had 4 and 1 here, that would force 9 and 1 to be here, but we know that that can't work because pink has to add up to 10 with orange. So this cannot be 4. Therefore, this is 3. This is 7. So all the greens are 3. All the lights are 7. All the oranges are 2. All the pinks are 8. So all the mediums are 4. That means all the reds are 6s. All the yellows are 1s. And all the darks are 9. And we have blues as 5. Ooh, this was... So this is not pink here. That's blue, which means this can't be blue. That's pink. So all the blues are 5. Whew, that's tough. I would not classify this as hard. This is definitely very hard. There's a lot of really cool stuff, but a lot of really hard stuff. So this is not even just hard level. It's just like there's a lot of stuff that you have to be able to do. You have to execute it well. It's not easy material either, right? Once you start getting the pattern, it's like, oh, okay, I start seeing it a little bit. But it's still not trivial to actually do. To see it. It's not... It's just very hard to do that, and then it's very hard to execute. So I would not classify this as hard. I would classify this as very hard. Very cool puzzle, though. Very interesting interactions. Particularly, yeah, with the where things could be, right? It was basically... That was the key of this puzzle, right? Was basically saying... Oh, we have 4 of the same cells here and 4 of the same cells here, and they cannot be obviously in this cross. Where can they be? They have to be in this set here. Same with this, right? You have 4 of the same cells here and 4 of the same cells here. Therefore, they can't be in this cross. Therefore, they have to be in that set. And that led us to figure out that Q had to be the same digit here as L, right? And then we had that similar thing here, which was interesting. With AGHF, and we knew they had to be 3 oranges, but if orange was low, then we'd have 5 lows in row 2 specifically. Or actually in column 2, it would be the same, right? And so because of that, we knew that it couldn't be that case, so orange had to be high, so we had 2 lows here, which gave us the 5 there. And then these 2 lows had to be the same as these because these were both low then also. So therefore we knew that these had to be different, so this couldn't be Q, and therefore we knew what Q was, and then that allowed us to go finish that. But that's pretty hard stuff. And I don't think it's just hard level. I think it's particularly because also the execution is also very difficult here too. So I would classify this as very hard because of that. But a lot of really cool stuff, a lot of very cool interactions, particularly because of the palindrome. And the V's and the X's. That was, I mean, just really well done. Really well set. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this solve, and I'll see you next time on Frank Puzzles. Take care.